Welcome to a Minecraft playthrough where I see how many days in a row I can play the game. So consider leaving a like on the video, and let's see what we get up to today. Welcome back to another beautiful day here in this ForeverCraft world, and in today's episode, I wanted to discuss a bit about how you can use Minecraft as a way to reframe and just breathe and relax in life. Now, there are a lot of inherent qualities when it comes down to the game that allow for you to do so, but I think that you can also psychologically be intentional and think about how you can use this game as a tool to really relax and decompress and to appreciate the moment. And so that is what today's video is all about. And if you're here for that, definitely consider leaving a like on it. And I do want to say that once again, we have these beautiful, oh no, why did I hit Marnie? No. Marnie, I'm so sorry, girl. We have these beautiful two doggos right here. We have Marnie right here. And I still, at this point in time of recording, have not received any comments, I believe, for this doggo that we have right here. So please do consider leaving one. I would love to name this dog that we have right here so that Marnie can have a companion. And once again, we're also in ForeverCraft, which is an SMP or just a forever world, honestly, with me and Cobb Plays, Play-Doh Storm, Pandemonium, and Blaney. And definitely take a look at everyone else's channel as we continue to get a bit more work done down over here by the ranch, where there happens to be a wandering trader over here as well. But without further ado, I do believe that just enjoying the moment and being able to have the perspective of I am grateful for the time that I have, and being intentional and cognizant when you're in the moment doing something and realizing that it's worthwhile to appreciate the moment of action. That perspective is, I think, a skill that can be developed over time. I think that one of the best ways to do that is through meditation, and meditation exists in many different ways. Now, as a background, I am a religious studies major, and there's a lot to be said about that, but I've spent many years kind of studying religion, and I do have my own sort of spiritual practice and ideas about all of these different things that we may not go too deep into with this episode. But if you ever would like to know a bit more about them, I'm more than happy to share a bit about them. But I think that the psychological paradigm, we have to go back up here. The psychological paradigm when it comes down to being able to appreciate something that you're doing in the moment is a skill that can be worked over time. Now, an interesting way for a reason for me that kind of got me into being perceptive and appreciative of the moment that I had at that time and place was I used to get really nervous when I used to go out out around town, I would say, with my friends. And go to try to meet new people. I'd go out with my friends, but we were always trying to go and meet new people and go out dancing and, go out just socializing and that sort of thing. And I would always get super wrapped up into the moment. And I was, kind of anxious, and I could never really appreciate what I had going for me at the time. I was just like always, thinking about the next thing or the next interaction or the next thing that we were going to be doing, all of the above. And my dad ended up saying to me, he's like, Slip, you should just really take a step back, allow for yourself, even if you're anxious about it, even if you don't want to feel like you're standing out because you just want to be going with the crowd so that you can fit in, take a step back away from everything and just look around. Take a second to look around and look at what everyone else is doing and what everyone else, seems to be enjoying or not enjoying, and, just kind of make a note of that. And then, a perspective and appreciation for what you're doing in that period of time. And if you take a second to have that mental reset, then you will be much more, in the present moment. And as a result, more confident and less anxious about doing the things that you're doing. And that was really helpful for me to be like, you know what, I should take a second back step back every once in a while and just look at things. And I, tremendously benefited from that experience. And I think that Minecraft is a way that you can do that too. But we'll continue to, talk about how Minecraft exactly will intertwine within it. But here we are, just to take a step back. Instead of just working on the next thing, you can see that the sun is setting. We have gusts of wind blowing around. There's a magenta lilac bush over here and tons of grass just sifting throughout this entire area as the lone trees kind of just stand tall and sturdy in the winds. And you can see the rustling of the leaves over up top on top of the, ranch over here. And you can see that there's stability and foundation in the land that transitions into a bit more of, a wrestled with terrain. As you can see, we have the training ground right here. And if I wasn't, if I didn't allow for myself to take a step back and realize that I actually do like the fact that there's a couple oxeye daisies right here and some of these dandelions, I think they're called, right? The wildflowers. And come around, maybe spread them out just a little bit more as if they were going to be continuing to pollinate around here. And see that the sun has set and that the stars have come in. And the moon is rising over the mountains like so. And you could be with other people, but for me, it's just me by myself around here. Enjoying this moment here. Seeing what it means for me. Because there's always more to do in this game. Just like there's always more to do in life, but I don't take a step back to enjoy everything that's beyond the horizon right here. Maybe not immediately go to bed for the night. Then I wouldn't be able to appreciate it in the same sort of way that I'm doing right here. And this is what Minecraft is all about. Hearing my footsteps go around just like this and seeing the occasional wildflower and tall piece of grass just like this. Having appreciation and pride for the fact that as this chicken comes down and leaves an egg over here, we have some natural beauty in the land, one that invites other attention from living beings. And appreciate the fact that I have all these different blocks that I've placed in these particular angles with the spruce and the mud bricks and tuff. All of these things make a big difference when it comes down to it. And even with these, maybe these are the dandelions right here. To have a moment of gratitude that there's no mobs, or maybe in real life, there's nothing bad happening to me at this point in time. Seeing that through good friendship with Plato and Cobb and everyone else here on ForeverCraft, and spending so much time in this beautiful game that I have something I can look back on and be proud of, and have a happy ghast in tons of horses over here that I can call my pets and I get to spend time with in this game and be able to share it with you guys too. Realize that this right here is not perfect because I still have a torch or two, meaning I could light up the area, and that does invite more return, more excitement to the world, and even a stray piglet just walking around the area here. This is what I'm talking about. My dad inviting me to do this, and I think that this as a tool in Minecraft is so powerful. Taking it slow, allowing for yourself to take a break, just like you should in real life too, and appreciate the moment. Because one thing that I have discussed many times on this channel is that when it comes down to Minecraft, I love this beautiful game, but there's no resolution to life, just like real life can give you. Looking at the real sunset, feeling the real breeze, looking around you, even taking away a step away from the screen that you might happen to be looking at right now and seeing what time of day it is and what the weather is, and making a note of that, just like you can do in this game. Allowing for yourself to check in with yourself can be so powerful. And when we are in such a go, sort of mindset, that's where the days and the hours and everything just combines into one another and becomes a blur at the end of the day. I mean, I forgot that I have mangrove propagules up there. It's so cool that I've included that little tidbit. And we have from Panda over here some gilded blackstone, which is so hard to get. And I run past this all the time, but I don't appreciate the fact that it's in here enough. The fact that I have all these different flowers up top. The fact that we have a handy dandy stone cutter just in case we need it. And if we walk in here, we have an actual custom sign that says smelt. Along with, we head up here, we have a sign for level up, who's been a channel member for a very long time. And we have their build right here, level, and then we can see the up that we have right here. And even a little sign that says hello. Take a moment and appreciate the past version of myself that just decided to leave a little note for myself as a welcome back whenever I come back up here. Those things are incredible. And the cool thing about practicing the mental muscle is that even if you struggle to, close your eyes and meditate, you can find something that you love and can get lost in and appreciate the present moment with. And that's what it's all about. For some people, it could be sports. For other people, it could be writing or reading, playing a video game, talking with friends, some sort of nature for you. Whatever it is, whatever sings to your heart, take a second and allow for yourself to appreciate the time passing in its present moment through the tool of doing that. And that's what I think makes Minecraft so special. That's what brings so many of us back to it when life has been too busy and there's too many different things going on. When there's always more to do. And of course, there's always more to do, both in real life and in the game. The more you can push, the more projects onto yourself. And it's great that all of those things are going to get done, but they'll come in time. And if you give yourself a world like this, then you can say that you have forever. As much as I like to believe it, of course. And as much as I know that I will be here forever. But I say, let's let the day turn into night. Enjoying what this has given us. The opportunity to connect with a different time of day. To step back for a second and appreciate everything that exists in the world and exists in my heart and brain. And have grace with that too. And so here we are on day 14,156. And for some sort of reason, that day seems stronger or of a higher leverage than it used to. Because if I was just droning away on the blocks right now and didn't take a step back to appreciate where I've come from in this world and all the adventures that I've had with myself and with Plato and Cobb and Panda and Blaney and all the good times I've been able to just have finding Marnie and setting foot in new ways and be able to share the entire experience with you guys. If I didn't have all of those different things, if I didn't take the time to appreciate where I've come from, I wouldn't be able to also have the same sort of gratitude for where I'm going. And I see that in this game, and it just elaborates and compounds into real life in the strongest and most powerful way possible, in my own personal opinion. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about this game, that you can spread yourself into it. And one of the coolest things that I'm an elementary school teacher, if you don't know, and the Artemis 2 mission is coming down in like 2 hours. These humans from space are coming down. And what did they say? If we're not going anywhere to spread love, then why are we not going anyway? And for me personally, there's nothing more intertwined with appreciating the moment, loving the moment, loving yourself in the moment, loving the people that you're around in the universe, and all the things that are intertwined with it, through the good and the bad and the thick and the ugly. And Minecraft can be that tool, and sometimes it can be a needed escape for you. But this game really is so much more than that, too, I think. It's ASMR, of course, but it's community. It is nostalgia, it's childhood, it is growing up, it's developing yourself, it's skills that can be acquired, it's perspective that you can exert and think about when it comes down to how you live life. And I think that that's definitely one of the things that I love about this game. And it's also interesting. I live in the city, and I was talking with my elementary school kids, of course, and they were doing a survey. One of my students ended up doing a survey asking what all the kids and myself, where would you rather be? What landscape is your favorite? Whether it be a mountain or a desert, or for her, I thought this was funny. A mountain with a river, which is the one that I chose. And then two other options for landscapes. Actually, then I think she had some other criteria too. But anyway, one of them was a city. And the least favorite chosen option out of all of these kids was the city. Out of, her taking this data and putting it into some sort of graph for the other students to comprehend, which was a fun project that we ended up doing today. And she was kind of upset that people didn't choose city as much. And I told her because there's, a science of the brain, and, scientists study how the brain works. We call this psychology. And there's this thing in psychology where we can see through the scientific study of the brain, that many people are drawn to nature and landscapes and these things, I think, that can allow for yourself to keep lost in the present moment. And Minecraft, of course, is a simulation of those things. And don't get me wrong, I do absolutely want to make a city at some point in time. We'll have to get around to it. I'm very excited about it. But this is what it's all about, too. You can hear hopefully the ASMR of the insects around us and the birds chirping, as you can see. And many of us, Cobb's base is over here, and Plato's is over there that we just passed. Many of these things give us a sense of ruralness, I would say, laid backness of nature all around, to the places that, if you are too hyper congested, you would love to be able to escape to. And so once again, Minecraft is a tool, I think, that can allow for you to give yourself that perspective. Minecraft, if you allow for it to can be a meditation for you. I know that it happens to be a meditation for me. The amount of years that I've placed into these worlds, the amount of time that I've spent, oftentimes it's going to relive those little moments that in the back of my brain I can remember, where I allowed for myself to really appreciate the moment of doing it and to relive what that felt like, that ultimate flow state, that ultimate mode of appreciating what I'm doing and getting lost in the process of this beautiful game. And for me, if I'm being honest, as the Wandy T comes up around here, I think personally that it is something that you can continue to not only chase, of course we all chase it, but I do think that it is something that you can continue to experience over time. And I do think that while talking with you guys tonight and walking around and not getting really anything done, that's more than okay, because I'm so happy to be here. And if you enjoyed this, and if you would like to get a bit more of my thoughts, definitely consider taking a look at this playlist that we have right here.